Yeah, I basically noticed that yeah, there were no reviews for this tent. Like no tents by this company at all, so I figured I would show you what the 4-man tent is like. Got a little cotton here. A little sunlight coming in. I set it up last night while it was rainy. I kind of got caught up with some stuff, so I didn't get to it till late. You can see, put some vinyl down there. AC machine, shoes, a heater, air purifier, some other junk from my old tent that I brought in here, and then you see how it has this hue? Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Like everything in here, like I was burning a lighter, and it has this weird hue to it now, you see? I don't know if the camera picked that up, but let me try again. It's probably the color of the tent, I'm assuming, All the lighting here right now is coming from that. I mean, not that, but this, the light of heaven, the sun. This thing. But I do have a light over there. I was using that earlier. And that's the power source. Like, I'm in my backyard. I just like to have my peace, my space and stuff. I live with my dad and whatnot, so. That's why I'm not gonna go outside, because I'm out here for a reason. I don't want him to spot me. He's gonna be he'd be like, he's an old military guy, so he was a lieutenant or whatever. And yeah, he should have been a drill sergeant. I'll say that. He should have fucking been a drill sergeant. Because he is loud in a motherfucker, bro. It's really not that bad having a floor like this. I mean, you could also just use a tarp. I think that would work. I have like a tarp under here too, but I used to have another tent where this was. But I really like it. It's a lot bigger than it looks. I'm 6'2", really like 6'1.5" though. And I can stand up like, fully. Let me do that for y'all real quick. I got my headphones on, so I'm trying not to have them unplugged when I stand up because I'm so tall. They're hooked up to that device you just saw. And when I stand up, I'm only this tall. Let me put my feet together. Try and make sure it's not unplugged from my head, though. And I'm like down here, you know what I mean? Like this thing goes all the way up here. It's supposed to be like 7 foot by 7 foot. But it's more like, now you can see like the height difference while I'm sitting up. But it's still very big. I'm telling you, it's nice. It's a cot. Carbonate. Like when I stretch my arms out. Let me try doing that real quick. Let me sit down for a second. I think it's because of the way I set the angle up over here. I didn't really like spread it. But when I do spread my arms out, like, I got plenty of room. It's 7 foot, like they said, but could be more of like a diagonal thing. You see, there's some grass and stuff over there. I didn't cover that because I was just like, fuck it, man. I'm getting this shit set up. The setup was real simple, actually, as well. At first, it was really annoying the fuck out of me, though. And but just to quickly finish what I was saying earlier, this is 7 foot by 7 foot. This tent. It seems to be true, but I was able to reach from corner to corner. Like I just hit this side over here, like from like there to like over here. You see, I could reach both because I'm 6'2" or whatever. So that doesn't seem like 7 foot, but I think I don't know. They might have been talking like from a different angle or something, like how I did earlier when I couldn't even come close. It was closer to 7 foot, because I'm not 7 foot. And then there's this color thing. This is interesting. It does definitely get condensation. I don't know if you can see it up there. Yeah, it's got a lot of condensation. It tends to just drop from this thing, like in the middle part. the beautiful sunlight coming through. It just looks so good on this thing. It's so sexy looking. This tent is so sexy. Like, you should have saw when the sun first came over there. Like, it just looks so sexy. Like, and that's not east. It's just kind of like shining over my house, my dad's house or whatever. He's like, it's not your house. I was like, Dad, you follow me around for it, because he's like a leftist. He's all weird and controlling and stuff. And he was like, oh, it's my house, not your house. I'm like, yeah, I know you jerk ass. But anyways, they always love the drama. Like, that's what leftists are all about. They're all about the drama, man. That's what they do. Like, yeah, damn, they already got me a stretch just thinking about it. But, yeah, the tent's pretty good. Oh, yeah, the condensation up here, yeah. It usually just falls from there, and, besides that, is there anything else to say about the tent? Oh yeah, that's basically why I don't want to go out and show the tent from the outside. He'd probably embarrass me or something. I don't want to make this video complicated, but it looks good from the outside too. It looks pretty cool. Like, the light, when I had that light on, it was like making my whole tent into like a big ass light bulb. Like, where everything around it's just getting like an orange glow and shit. Like, it reminded me of this video where this dude, he basically was messing with this thing. He had like used a Tesla coil to enhance it like damn near to infinity. That like 1,000,000 volts or some shit, or a billion, I don't know, like 1,000,000 volt. No, it wasn't 1,000,000 volt. Like, that was something else he did. It was like a really high voltage light bulb. It was like a 10 kilowatt light bulb or some shit. It kind of reminded me of that because it like lit the buildings up, and I mean his lit up the whole fucking neighborhood. But my shit was kind of lighting up some of the houses nearby. It was pretty interesting. But it wasn't like an obvious light, like I don't want to be causing nobody problems or anything. But it was pretty, it was dim, but it was noticeable. It wouldn't annoy anybody, I don't think, It's just I noticed it was doing that. Wasn't intending that. But anyways, the setup was real simple. If you look online, like at anything online as far as, yeah, I got tape on there, fuck these guys that want to spy on us and keep us under control and all that bullshit or whatever. That's all another story, man. Unabomber was a little bit right, even though he shouldn't have killed people, whatever, but he was right about the technology that's being used in a negative way to control people and all that shit. But that's a whole nother story. But the setup was just like all the other tents like this. But it makes it, the one thing you want to make sure you focus on it, because it can be really weird at first compared to other tents that I set up. Make sure you realize it doesn't have a floor, so kind of get in there under the part where it doesn't have a floor. And then, like, it's all going to be kind of like feeling like a bunch of legs. If you ever messed with instant pop-up tents before, like, how they got legs and stuff like that. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to, it's going to feel like legs, and that's all you're feeling, but what you want to aim for are these little corner things. Like this one over there, you can't see it because these windows are open. This one right here, there's one up there. I think that's the most important one though. Like, if you get that one, the other ones usually are pretty easy. Otherwise, it just kind of feels like a jumbled mess of legs. That's really hard to kind of get done. And then what you want to do is you want to flip it upside down. Like, that's the most important thing to do, is try and figure out how to flip it upside down. It's going to feel like a jumbled mess, I'm telling you. And then, might not feel like a jumbled mess. I don't want to be negative, but, yeah, and then, basically after you unjumble it, just trying to make sure it's upside down, and then you'll find this thing or one of the other ones, and then you pull it, out like that, and then after that it'll be easier to get the other ones. It's real simple. You can do it by yourself. It's not hard at all. Just look at any of the videos where they're doing ice tents that are like, it's kind of similar to a cube, but it's not. I really like the design though. It's like, I haven't been affected by the wind. I don't know if it's been gusting real hard, but I live on a hill, so it's usually very gusty. Like, constantly. I mean, there's always some kind of wind. I have a feeling this thing would handle wind very well because of the way it's structured. Like, it has a lot of stuff around the corners and stuff that gives it integrity that would withstand winds. As you'd imagine, I spent a lot of time out here, so I know what kind of tent, would be effective. Hey, look who's up there, you see him? He heard me talking. He was like, "Yeah, I want to be on the show, man. I want to get some status, man, so I get some birds, lay some eggs and shit. You know, get some chicks." But anyway, so that's pretty much that, yo. I mean, how else could I end it after the bird was out there, bro? He rolled out, so I gotta roll out too, bro. Jeez.